Made Flesh was a way to express that incarnation of different characters throughout the album.
The 90s ness of our music and early 2000s ness of our music.
Symbols, the EP kept us from becoming completely frustrated with the music industry.
It's kind of like when you when you look for a job and they say you don't have enough experience, but yeah, but that's why I'm applying for the job in the first place. And
You won't hear the same. I hope so. You won't hear the same album twice. We will always try something new.
Hello, everyone. Today with us is the French band Untitled With Drums, and they're about to drop their second album on Season of Mist. Can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Martin. I'm a singer and bass player in the band.
I'm Lucas. I play guitar in the band.
And I am Remy. I play drums in the band.
Yes, we know from title you have drums, and here's a proof the drummer is with us today.
But my English is really bad, contrary to my bandmate. So I think I'm here just to prove that the name is not an usurpation by us.
Your new album, Made Flesh, where does the title come from, and what are the themes of this album?
I wanted to talk about overall human psyche, and Made Flesh was a way to express that incarnation of different characters throughout the album, throughout the songs that we composed. So yeah, the name came from that, and we had a few ideas before, but it was the best idea we had for this. It's not really a concept, but
Unifying theme, we would say.
Yeah.
Your first album, Hollow, it got a really good reception, and then you had Hellfest, and you also opened for Deftones. But I looked at your, for example, Spotify numbers, and I would expect them to be much higher. So what do you think they kept that initial success, you having that initial success from you being able to capitalize this in streaming numbers, for example?
We don't really know, and we try not to look too much at the stats and this kind of stuff. But I'm honestly I'm coming up short for a decent answer, and I of course we would be really, the more people listen to our music, at the same time, the more people listen to our music, the better it is for us. I mean, the better it makes us feel in a way. But we also we also create music for ourselves in the first place, and we try not to pay. Also, we try at the same time not to pay too much attention to how many people listen to us, or what are their opinion in a way. And there's obviously a contradiction at the heart of all this, which is a thing that we as a musician, you're always you always have to live with it, I guess. And so all I can say is that I hope this will evolve this will grow in a positive direction with the release of this new LP.
And for fans who heard your EP that came out last year, what should they expect in terms of sound on the new album? Will it be more in vein of that, or is it slightly different, maybe completely different?
Actually, the EP we made last year was recorded after the LP, so we did things in more of a DIY kind of process. We recorded ourselves many parts, and it's half of the EP is B-sides from the album that we didn't get to play in the studio. So the chronology is pretty strange, but I think the album is more kind of like more produced,
a bit more polished, I would say.
yeah, more polished, more variety in this, more atmospheres, more immersive experience.
I think at first we had the idea to release the EP as some kind of bridging gap to stop gap release to bridge the gap between the first album and this new one, and because some of the songs were actually, even though they were recorded after the second album, so some of the songs were much older, and so it felt natural for us as a stepping point, as a stepping stone between the two LPs.
And to complete what my bandmate said, and make a bridge with your precedent question about Spotify streaming, we sent Made Flesh to so many labels starting in the fall of 2024 when we handling the recording of Mad Flesh, and some of them got back to us, but I've lost count of how many messages we go along the lines of oh, the album is great, but you don't have enough follower on Spotify. It was really frustrating for us, and to keep uh, ourselves busy while we waited for things to move forward, we decided to record Symbols, the EP, to have an occupation during this time, and I think it's my personal impression after this period, but Symbols, the EP, kept us from becoming completely frustrated with the music industry at this time, I think. I don't know if my bandmate agree with me, but I think it's
There's a part of truth in that as well. Yes.
Kind of interesting. Isn't label there for your promotion? And here the labels were expected for you to already have enough promotion and be famous enough to sign you.
It's kind of, it's kind of the snake that eats its own tail. It's kind of like when you when you look for a job and they say you don't have enough experience, but that's why I'm applying for the job in the first place, and we have to navigate with that, around that.
Yeah, we had to meet halfway with them because they wanted a point from which they could start working with us, and they couldn't work with a pretty much interrupted band at the time. We had no news, no listeners, so we had to blow on embers of on this project to get their attention and their approval.
And in the end, you signed with Season of Mist. Did it help that the label is French and you're from France as well?
Maybe.
Yeah, but I think they don't work with so many French bands. I don't think we are.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of French bands in their roster.
There is a big part of the team was in Marseille in France, but so many people, even in Marseille, don't speak French while they work in France. So but I think it was a good opportunity, a good explication why we matched with them, because the owner, Michael, is French, and for me, who handle this kind of prospection, as you can see, I'm not really good in English, so I think I was better to promote the band with French label than English label or others. It's a joke. I can write in English, but I think it's maybe that the label know our band because it's French and it's we are a French band, and he know all of our references in live concert in France, and that's why I think he found that we are a really serious band, and he take the risk, and I don't know if it's a risk, but he take the risk to sing us.
And when you talk to other labels, did you hear from like any of them answers that, oh, your music is more like early 2000s music, sounds more like grunge, post-grunge, and that era was 20 years ago?
I don't think we've had this kind of criticism because
No.
this kind of this trend, it's a trend that's coming back because it's always an eternal cycle, and the 90s-ness of our music and early 2000s-ness of our music is hasn't been a hindrance in any way. Quite maybe even the opposite. It's we're not. It's maybe it's a good thing that we're not. This isn't even conscious, but it just so happens that we're following a trend that's taking off. Maybe that's taking off right now, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see what it does.
And for this album, for the new album Made Flesh, you worked with different producer, and previously you mentioned a more polished sound. So what did the new producer push you to do or help you to do, help to open up?
I think he helped us getting where we wanted. It was very respectful to how we wanted to sound. So we didn't know how to make it. He was a very great technician. He helped us to assume our new direction. We wanted to make music that's more straight to the point, more direct. So he helped us make the choices in the sound to get where we wanted. It was a very great even social experiment to work with him. It was we were kind of pushing our boundaries in a technical way, but also in a human way. We were playing above what we did before.
And the particularity was that we didn't go in a real studio. We recorded this album in I don't know, salle des fêtes.
This one is hard to explain to translate in English. It's basically a public space, for that's we have that in France for that we can rent and to organize like parties in them, and even between other things. I'm trying to find the counterpart in the US or in the UK, but I'm not sure. So, but it wasn't a real studio anyway.
A smaller theater.
Yeah,
basically.
it's a theater and a cinema and so many activity you can find in a little city in France, and we have our the place where we practice is in this city, and I live in this city, and so we have the access with this place, and it's another experience than a studio, because you're not in a place who have one only sound and whose sounds in one kind of sounds. You have so many configuration was possible, and you need to try with this space so many things in this space. And Cyrille, the recorder, was I think it's a real producer, because he try each space to make the better sound with this with what he had, because I think it's not really easy. It's harder than a studio, but at the end you have an album or a record who don't sound like other record.
It's a situation where you don't really know what to expect when you go in, but this kind of well, it also breeds creativity in a way, just to record in an unusual setup like this, not in a proper, like not in a proper recording studio. We basically turned a mini theater room into a recording studio for 10 days.
And what were the main challenges with that? Probably technical, I know sound, set up all the microphones properly. And did you also record separately in a more traditional way or live? Because I know some bands do that too. They rehearse the songs really well and do live recording of all instruments.
I remember that the hit was the real challenge.
We recorded in the middle of a heat wave.
Yeah.
And just like maybe the one we are another one that we're about to get here in France. And to answer your question, the drums and the bass were tracked live. That's something we already did on the first record, because we like to have these two foundational blocks be recorded live, and then it was all the other instruments and the vocals were recorded separately.
Let's talk about the cover of your album. It's this red blood kind of mask looking thing on the cover. So what does it symbolize?
I did this to represent the kind of mask that every song of the album is. Like it's I wanted to do something like that reminds of the Gachet figure. So something that's
flayed, being flayed. That's right.
Yeah. I wanted to keep something very. I'm a graphic designer, so I wanted to have a color that is very dominant and not so much detail, no landscape or something like that. I wanted something that you can recognize right away and that you can remember, and also that links to the theme of the album. So we talked about human beings, so a face was pretty obvious for me to represent.
And you also decided not to include logo or album name, album title on the cover. And I saw multiple bands, just even specifically on Season of Mist, doing that. Like, is this the new trend, or what was the decision motivated by?
I think it's the way that we consume music is now digital in a lot of ways. So I wanted to, I don't want it the artwork to be polluted by informations which are visible in case you are listening to the album. You can always find the name of the artist, or
the name is displayed somewhere else on the screen anyway. So
yeah, I didn't want to get something too heavy to charge visually. So that's what drives this decision.
And you already released 3 singles before the album goes live in the end of August. And why did you pick specifically these 3 singles?
It's not an easy choice because we like all of the songs we recorded. So Matter was the first choice for us, the singer, because of the diversity of the riffs and the progression of the song. It showcases the choices we made while recording, to put elements up front, like the voice is very in your face. The guitars, they get this grit we didn't have before. So this represented what we wanted to do with the album. So it was a choice we made to this one. So after that, like Shame or Oblivious was we selected them for their atmospheres that, like I said earlier, the album is it has range and variety, and we wanted to express that with these two other songs, like something more punkish, something more atmospheric, etc.
And so, with the album being almost out, what are your touring plans or just concert plans? Also, it's festival season. Are you playing at any festivals this summer?
The booking for this summer is it's too late for us to get to play this summer. So we are looking for next year to actually defend our album on stage. So we're open to gigs until the end of the year, but we have nothing really planned yet apart from a small festival in France, Mass Echoes, and a few gigs in France, also in our hometown, but nothing much more at the point.
Yeah, we are actually looking for an agency, and we have so many discussion with this kind of agency to helping us to work for booking in 2027.
We're waiting for to see how the album is received, to see how things goes after that, to see how things will go after that. And there are also some various personal life events that got in the way of us really playing a lot in 2026, like around the time of the release of the album. But that's fine.
Well, fingers crossed, album does pretty well, and then follow the shows. And let's talk about the musical influences, as we already, like Lucas, you mentioned the 19th-ness and early 2000s-ness of your sound, the mix of alternative rock, grunge, post-grunge. And I read some comments. I think it was Oblivious single, where especially intro for people, like it reminded them a little bit Nirvana sound. So what are your music influences?
We have so many. I'd say we recognize ourselves in the new wave of grunge gaze, like band like Super Heaven, Narrowhead, etc. But we like them. We have influences from the 90s. But I never wanted to sound like some old tribute band that glorify this era. It wasn't perfect production wise, but I always thought these bands. I always wondered how they could sound if they were putting out some music today. Some of them are like Deftones, Quicksand, but there's so much band that disappeared in the early 2000. So we keep all these bands as influences, but we are really aiming to sound like those bands that pass the test of the new millennium, like Deftones, Quicksand, Hum, Failure, and Met, like many more of these.
Let's do that. I know it's hard to pick songs or favorite songs for musicians on the album because they're like children, right? You don't have favorite children. But let's do this. Let each of you pick your favorite song from the upcoming album and why.
Let me think. Um,
You don't know you really know your answer, Lucas. I know what
oh yeah, I
songs.
think uh, I want to say Been So High because it's so
Yeah.
different from anything
Oh,
we've
I'm
done before,
surprised.
and but it's also it's the riskiest song. I think it's one of the riskiest songs we've ever put out, and that's why I mean that's why I'm picking it, I guess.
To pick the same because it's at least it's trying something we never actually did before. It's pretty. Um, it's pretty. It's I don't know how to say it. It's a shiny song. Um, it doesn't have the darkness and the urgency other songs have, but it's stimulating direction we took on this one. So I I like I also like Shame. That's like it has something like an anthem to it that I like, and it's pretty simple to play and sing. So I like this one.
And for me, I really like Shame for the same reason, but I want to say Parasitic because this is song with a lot of nuance, gaps in the intentions, as well as we introduce electronic drums bit by bit, and that's a way that I want to exploring more than our last album in the future. So I I say Parasitic for me.
I love it, like all three different songs. Okay, so for people who will discover Untitled with Drums and hear your album for the first time, what do you want them to take out of it?
Hmm.
I want them to actually to compare it to previous albums and EPs we made, and to think we will always evolve in a way you won't hear the same. I hope so. You won't hear the same album twice. We will always try something new. We'll always try to push things further. Sometimes, in a way that you don't like, but we are always kind of experimenting things. So I think it's not like you discover an album and you say, oh, all of their music, all the music they produce will sound the same. I don't want to be that kind of band. So, but I want people to be stimulated by what they hear and to think the next chapter will be different and even more stimulating.
I actually completely agree with Martin, and I'm very we're very I think we're all in the same very on the same wavelength with this approach to our music. We don't want to repeat ourselves basically, and we hope people will notice that and as we go along.
And personally, I want to tell them that if they like Deftones or Nirvana, for those who haven't listened to anything new in 20 years,
30.
they'll find something cool in our music. And most importantly for us, we're not a single or a streaming band. We're not trying to flood the streaming platform with so many songs. And so they should listen to the album completely. I hope that people will do this with our album and our music in general.
Thank you a lot for your time today, guys. And
Thank you.
Thank you too.
for people who are listening to us, end of August, we will put the exact date, or maybe guys here can tell me exact date when the album comes out.
August 21st.
Yes.
So August 21st, don't miss it. You can already pre-save it. And the new album from Untitled with Drums, Made Flesh.
TheMetalist.com. subscribe.